One of my friends asked me the tools I use to get better quality audio that I use for most of my videos. I must confess here I'm not an audio pro, but I'm privileged to have friends who seek my opinion on audio recording because I'm a little bit gadgety. So this video today, I wanted to walk you through what I kind of use for my setup in my videos and how these things work. Now, this is a new microphone I'm actually testing out, and that is the highlight of this video really also. I have to test it out and actually see how the quality sounds like. But to sort of answer his question, I use in my setup, I use this kind of microphones. I've used a couple of them previously. I've used this, I've used this, there's one behind me. I've used quite a number of microphones. I've used quite a number of microphones in my recording career, and they've been pretty nice. But I think one of the first thing you need to do as you start your, recording journey is to decide what kind of recording setup you want. Are you an on-the-go recorder? Are you a sit-at-home recorder like me? Are you a teacher that will be speaking to a lot of audiences live? Those kind of questions are the first things you need to answer. For me, because I'm mostly recording in my home office, I use a cardioid polar pattern microphone, and what that means is that all the audio comes from around the front of the microphone, and then it tries to reject all the noise coming around. I try to use as quality mics as possible, but of course sometimes I get microphones to review, and that is what I use from time to time. I switch them out as I wish, and this one I think is pretty nice from testing it out. Some are expensive, some are not, some are budget, some are not, but I think if you're just starting out, you want to look for a budget option that doesn't break the bank. So for me, I use quite a number of those microphones, and you can check out some of the reviews I've done on the microphone somewhere above here in the video. So this is a Cardioid polar pattern microphone. This is the Fifine Tank 3, Fifine Ampli Tank 3 microphone, and it's pretty nice. But there are other options you can also use. Now this is unidirectional. It just captures most of the sound from the front. We also have things like omnidirectional microphone, which means it tries to capture voice all around. So you can use a lavalier microphone if that's kind of thing. So if you're mostly on the go, I don't want your mic showing in your setup like it's showing here, you can just clip it on your clothes, have it connected to a transmitter like this one, and then get the receiver on the other end of your device, and it's good to go. This is a wireless setup. I mostly prefer, if I'm going lav system, I go wireless. Because of course wires can also be long, but the best kind of connection you can ever get is also a wired connection. Another setup you can use, if your camera is going to be close up in your face, if you're using a camera and not a phone, or maybe even if you're using a phone, you can get a shotgun mic like this one right here. This is the Rode Video Go Mic 2 or Video Mic Go 2 that I use sometimes in my setup. And what I use is actually, I've made this into sort of a wireless setup such that I connect it to a transmitter like this, like so, and then it transmits, and then I clamp this on my recorder and then get another audio out on mine, because I like my cameras to be a little bit far back to get some crispiness out of the setup. So you can have that. You can have a lav mic system, a shotgun mic system, boomed in or out of frame depending on your preferences. But if you really are gonna have your mic showing in your setup, you might as well just go for microphones like this one, because they offer richer quality audio. And it's also dependent also on how proximity also matters. For example, I'm about 6 inches away from this microphone, and this is the kind of audio you get. If I get a little bit closer, you realize the audio sounds a little bit bassy, richer for the setup. So you want to get a microphone like this. If the microphone is far away, it's not that great. And for my friend that asked, because I mostly see him on the go in his videos, a microphone like this is the Giallo wireless lav mic for USB-C devices. So it has 2 transmitters, 1 receiver, and what you do is plug this in to the end of your phone, and then you clamp this onto yourself, and then you can walk and record, because this also has some level of noise rejection. Noise cancellation it does on board, such that when you're on the go, all the whistling noise will not be there for your setup. And that's about audio recording. For someone like my friend that asked this question, it will most likely record the video and the audio together with no post-processing. But generally, if you want the best audio for your setup whatsoever, you should really consider doing some sort of post-processing on your audio. And for me, what I do is, into my camera, I'm not using audio from the camera. I'm using the audio I recorded into my computer setup, and then I can record this on my phone, on my tablet, on my computer. It doesn't exactly matter. I get the raw audio, and then I put it into my audio editing software. I personally use the NCH MixPad for editing my audio, and it's a pretty nice software. I've been using it for about 4 or 5 years now. It's pretty nice. It can record multi-channel, all those kind of things, and then I just edit, remove some noise, add some compression. I don't actually even do EQ on my audio because I have so much faith in these microphones and the audio really comes out nice. I just remove some noise, put some gain, and then in my video editing software, I personally use DaVinci Resolve. I just sync up the audio in the editing software. If you're using CapCut, I think CapCut can also do that. If you're using Filmora can also do that. Adobe Premiere Pro also does audio syncing between video and audio. So what you want to ensure is your camera is getting audio as much as possible, but then that is not the audio you're using. You're actually using the audio you've modified and edited. And also, you can still use the audio you recorded into your phone or your camera from the from the video, but then what you do is use another software to extract the audio from that setup, and then you can put it in something like Adobe Podcast to sort of give it a rich AI edited audio. If you're not so much into audio, other audio editing options is Audacity that people use a lot. It's a free option. NCH MixPad is a paid option for audio editing, and that is something I use also. I don't use Audacity, I don't use Adobe Podcast because I sort of just rely on the editing I do, and then I trust the microphone I use because I'm sort of in a controlled environment for my recording. And also, you want to determine the time you record. You don't want to record at a time where there's a lot of noise. You have to remove a lot of noise in your setup. I mostly record either in the night when it's pretty quiet or when my family is away from the house. Maybe my wife is at work, my daughter is in school. That is the time I choose to record, or maybe they're downstairs watching TV. I try to record at those times. Also, if you're someone looking to get good audio and not have to stress if you'll be editing the audio right after your video, what I also advise sometimes is you do batch recording. What do I mean by this? You plan out what you want to do. So on a day like this, you just sit down, record, edit the audio, edit the videos, schedule it to go out. And if you're on the go person, you want to really get a device that would just cancel out the audio for you on the go as much as possible and just post it, because of course also over planning also might kill some of your productivity and all that. So that's something you have to look out for also, because having too much now in your backlog might be a stress factor for some people and you don't exactly want that. So a microphone like this will come in handy. I'll put the link to get one in the video description and also pin comment all the devices I use that I show in this video. And that is pretty much about it. I for this recording I'm using the Fifine Tank 3 microphone, recording via XLR into the Fifine SE3 audio interface and then into my computer. That is the audio I'm using for this setup. I will just do some light editing like I normally do for all of my audio in the video, and that's about it. And then I'm pretty much good. Recording is the one that takes some of the planning and recording is what takes most of my time in making my own videos and getting my audio, because once I click 3 buttons in my audio editing software, I'm pretty much done with the audio. I put it in my video editing software, sync up the audio, cut, publish. That's all I get to do, and then that makes my workflow a little bit better and faster. So just as a summary, you have choice of microphones, cardioid, lav mic, wireless lav mic, shotgun options. You have quite a number of options to choose from, and you can decide what to pick out for yourself. That your kind of recording setup. Are you a sit-down setup guy? Are you an on-the-go setup kind of person? That will determine what choice of mic you should go for, and that is one thing. Proximity of a mic also matters. If you want deep, clean audio, you want your mic as close to you as possible. You want to get a mic that rejects a lot of noise as much as possible, does not have a lot of plosive, preferably something budget, something that has everything you need inside one package. That is what you want to be looking for in your microphone setup. And also, once you do post-processing, you want to use free software at first, and then once you graduate and make some impact and you see the traction, you might want to go for paid options of audio editing software. And also, when you're editing, most importantly, always edit your audio with stereo headphones. And this is because some audio might only come in from the right channel and not on the left channel, and some might come in on the left and not on the right. So what you want to do as you're editing your audio, ensure you listen in stereo mode to ensure your audio is going in left and right, because your audiences may actually also be using stereo headphones or stereo setup where audio might only be coming from one channel, and that is, I must confess to you, very annoying to listeners. So that's one thing you want to do also. So get an headphone that is stereo and then listen to ensure that audio is coming in from the left and right channel. And pretty much that's the setup. And then if you're using phone camera or action camera, you can decide which one works best for your setup. A microphone like the Rode Video Go Mic 2 supports USB-C, so you can use this actually on your phone also. If you're using the Giallo option, USB-C direct, there's option for Lightning devices also. You can get Lightning to USB-C converters to make this work well for you. Batch produce, and also you can explore Adobe Podcast for your setup. And I really hope that answered your question. I don't want to dwell so much on it. If you enjoyed this video, remember, give it a thumbs up, and if I really answered your question, let me know also in the comments. Or if you want to make a video addressing some other topic around audio production for your videos, or general topics around content creation, media production, I must confess to you, I'm not an expert in this, but I'll try as much as possible to answer you based on my personal experience of doing this for the past 5 to 10 years. And I pretty much will wrap it up here. Subscribe if you haven't done so yet, and I will see you again in another video. Stay safe and goodbye.